upper bracket, so the winner will continue on to the upper bracket finals, while the loser of this match will have to drop down to the lower bracket and battle through a couple more steps if they want to reach the Aegis. The draft has begun, and we'll start seeing those bands come up on screen and the picks. But we talked a little bit about it, maybe a little bit more unconventional on the side of OG. Do you think Evil Geniuses is looking to take that out them and force them into EG's own meta, or do they feel confident in their individual skills?
I think if I'm EG, I want to take OG out of the comfort zone since
Evil Geniuses turn to ban.
That Evil Geniuses have used throughout the groups and the playoffs that we've seen so far here at the main event. This Ursa has been a great pick for them, the Weaver. We've seen a lot of that from S4, and it definitely shows that OG's preparation going into this is, okay,
like he's playing the Lina sometimes. Like it feels like they're giving him more like a priority in terms of having a push out hero so he can keep farming.
It's pretty outdated information, but Jax didn't like IO in 2000.
Well, yeah, IO I don't believe was played at all so far in the main stage in their first match in the group stage. One game by Jax didn't go well. That was one of the
like, oh, we lost one game? Nah, let's never try that again. This is
not
a hero.
too much of a sample pool.
This hero, I was expecting to see a lot more in the main event than we have. I think Nature's Prophet is, I wouldn't say criminally underrated, but definitely not utilized as much as you would expect. It's really strong in lane. It's very good at contesting for the bounty runes at the right timings, can push the towers to get map control. And OG has been the only team that I think has prioritized it this high. I don't even think we've seen it first picked even by OG.
It can even be played in so many roles.
Yes.
And we always mention in this kind of like a high quality like series, we always mention how important it is to place really good wards. Very easy for Nature's Prophet as a position 5 to place those really important wards.
So going back to the European qualifier, a lot of times back in those meta, the hero that was prioritized as position 5 was starting from Chen, and then Witch Doctor, and then Furion. So I think they're kind of, it can be position 3 for sure, but OG is trying to secure their safe lane, and then Furion can do that really well. So I guess that's why they opt to go for it.
And they're going to get their Drow, which is I think something that they're going to be really happy about too, with the Furion. So they're going to have like really strong lanes. Like you said, you can use the Prophet to secure the Drow's lane, because Drow is not the best laner. You don't really have to win the Drow's lane, but you kind of just hope that she doesn't really get run over, and Prophet could be a good option to at least make sure the Drow gets a decent laning phase. And on top of things, you can always TP and help the other lanes, snowball, take towers.
I think another thing that when we see EG play, they have these really strong laners, but mainly I would say the two lanes that they crush the most just based on matchup a lot of the time is the two side lanes. I think Sumail will often win lanes that he's not favored in, or just at least do well in the lane. And that makes me wonder if OG are thinking, okay, if they have this really heavy side lane focus, do we put the Drow Ranger mid like we've seen out of VGJ Storm? And you know, okay, it's going to be tough playing it against Sumail, but given that it's the right matchup, let's say it's someone who's not a
like the Lina.
Because you force them into something else. And I think so far Thompson has been playing mainly the Invoker and the Lina. Those are his really top heroes right now. Invoker could still be really good for them since it's pretty decent against, pretty good against the Necro.
especially Thompson's favorite way of playing the Invoker. He kind of, I would say in a way, he almost resurrected Quas-Wex Invoker at a time when almost everyone was playing Quas-X Sword. When you have that draw aura, you're much stronger early on with the damage, and in his classic build that he started using a lot, he would get that fast Spirit Vessel, which is amazing against Necrophos. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this ban coming out from EG, but we'll see. They're actually taking their time. I wonder what alternative they're considering right now.
Especially when you have a Draw Ranger, the Quas-Wex Invoker value goes up even more, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like Invoker with the Quas-Wex Invoker with draw is very, very scary. On top of things, we know that he's going to have that a very early Spirit Vessel, so he's going to be constantly trying to pressure you, roam around, ghost walk around, force rotations from the enemy, force reaction, force sentries everywhere. He's going to pressure the supports a lot if he gets a good laning phase.
So for Evil GG's side, because you have the Vengeful Spirit, you want to have a hero that right-clicks somewhat, but at the same time, you need a gap closer against this Draw Ranger, and also deal with Furion's PR.
Yeah,
PR is a good pick.
Yeah, PR is great against draw, great against the Nature's Prophet.
Depend the Pugna of Thompson. That's another great hero against the Necrophos.
But wouldn't you say Invoker is actually more annoying here because of the overall lineup?
They might be worried that, so if, let's say, EG are planning to go for a harder carry type hero this game because some of their strong laners are out, they might be concerned that giving away Pugna together with Nature's Prophet and Drow would just make for a way too fast push that they can't keep up with. Quas-Wex Invoker is a bit better at team fighting against a hero like Necrophos, I would say, overall, but he's a slower pusher, and they might just be worried that OG can kind of just take control of the whole map in 20 minutes. This is uncharacteristically weak laning pick for EG. Here comes the Shaker.
Can Evil GG's can pick PL here, like predicting the...
Yeah, there you go.
Here, so.
They picked it into Shaker. Yep. So OG definitely have considered this. And now it's a matter of what tempo you want to play. A classic Ana hero in this situation would be the Ember Spirit. Playing that against the Phantom Lancer as well as Necrophos would actually be pretty decent, but I just feel like it doesn't fit with Drow. Like, that kind of lineup is not well-rounded. So
I think you kind of just want to go for like a tri-core and maybe build an Aghanim's Maelstrom on the draw later instead of like going for an Ember to deal with it. I feel like when you have draw, whenever you have draw, you're pretty much set in stone with your whole strat and draft. You have to just go with it.
Earlier today, we have seen Lash against the PL and Necrophos, which worked really well, and he's a range hero in the laning phase. So we can see that working.
He is, I would say Leshrac is very susceptible to Venge. It's one of the heroes you really don't want to get aggressive swapped on because you're very positional dependent and pretty fragile in the earlier stages of the game. So getting swapped into any stun and then a Reaper, you kind of just die, and OG have no save whatsoever. So, I guess Fissure, but that's very situational that you can pull that off.
But at the same time, I'm staying away from Lash as well because it's not a comfort hero for the OG is what I feel, and then if I was OG coach, I would kind of, even though the Enigma is not the best hero here, I mean, I'm at the Ember Spirit, but I'll still go back for the Ember Spirit because it's one of the best hero for Ana.
So Prophet is support, I guess?
Yes. More than likely, unless they pull out some sort of position 4 Yaps or Enigma that we saw earlier today, but I would not advise that in this game.
So Zeus is one of the top sense hero as well, I guess, and then it's pretty good against both Necrophos and the PL, so that's a really nice ban.
Zeus was definitely a good ban. That could have been a pick in that 4th slot for OG as well. You kind of have that feeling that they will end up on the Invoker. But maybe they're a bit concerned about picking Invoker against a blind mid. They don't know what his matchup is, and a lot of the times you see these teams when they last pick their mid, or when they 9th pick their mid, they get a hero that has bad matchups, or even if it has very few bad matchups, and the ones that it has are not unplayable. That was one of the problems that we saw Miracle's Alchemist fall into in the last game, was that he's the 9th pick, Alchemist didn't know his lane matchup, they picked that Bloodseeker and they pressure him super hard. And that kind of situation that was Miracle, right? He's one of the most adept players we have here. So for Thompson, it's there you go.
There you go.
Has the draw aura. It's textbook OG. It's textbook OG.
They just didn't pick the best heroes, but they picked the comfort hero for themselves for sure. And I want to see how it goes.
Yeah, and like you guys have said, perhaps that is where OG feels best right now, at least in that first game. See how it goes. Play what you know best. And
it was TA's not banned, right?
Yeah.
This could be a Sumail TA game, potentially. One of Invoker's worst matchups in mid, and the draw aura doesn't make much of a difference in that matchup. TA still is way superior.
What do you think about PL? Like, PL is also a good matchup in the lane against Invoker.
I think that's a historically good matchup, but I want to say that as of late, the Quaswex Invoker actually wins that lane just by constantly harassing the Phantom Lancer. You win the region war by just having the Quas orbs constantly. You just hit, and when you have the threat of the TPN from the Nature's Prophet, especially if he's in the support role, which we're expecting, putting Phantom Lancer mid could definitely backfire. I'm very confident here that they will grab a Sumail hero that has that good matchup in mid, but maybe what EG are thinking here is they want to look at the big picture too. Lanes is one thing. This game they don't have the strongest laners compared to what they usually have had, and they got to look at the team fight. OG's team fight is sick, and they have very limited options against it. It will be the TA regardless.
TA, yeah, like coming you mentioned. So that wraps it up for the draft. Now looking at this, we talked a little bit about OG. Winner, how do you feel about Evil Genius's team?
I think I kind of like OG's lineup more still. I feel like OG has much more balance, and they have team fight, they have lanes, and I favor Drow a lot. I think Drow is really, really strong right now.
All right, well, we do have the fans all getting riled up. Regardless of which team you're rooting for, there's a lot to be rooting for in this matchup. It is OG versus Evil Geniuses. And before we go into game, we have Casey with Bulba.
Hi, Bulba. Everybody is talking about this matchup. They've been talking about it all day. What did you say to your team, or what can you tell us about what you've said to your team to keep them focused and get their heads in the game?
Well, Artur, he might have ate too much for lunch, so I told him not to stink up the booth.
You continue to be the most inspiring coach here at TI.
That's what I do here?
Thank you, Bulba.
Yeah, no problem.
Best of luck.
There you have it. The secret to winning on the main stage. Don't stink up the booth. Well, as we go into game, we have none other than ODPixel and Fogs to bring you the action.
Thank you very much, Joe Brain. Yes, the series that I've personally been waiting for today. Evil Geniuses versus OG. What a way to sort of come to the end of this day. What a series that we're going to have between these two. So many storylines and the drafts. We couldn't have hoped for anything more. We've got Enigmas, we've got Shakers, we've got some crucial key heroes. We've got some male TA coming out from Evil Geniuses.
See what Noto can do on the support Nature's Prophet too. They opened up with it and they went for Nature's Prophet plus Shaker as their two supports. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to match what a Vengeful Spirit and Earth Spirit can do.
Talk to me about this. So the Noto Nature's Prophet. What can we expect to see from this?
He's just gonna try to secure lane, probably stay on top with the Drow Ranger as Earth Shaker plays around bottom in the mid lane to try to put pressure on. His job is really just make sure the Drow can get some fun. So already we see S4 is positioned bottom, so they don't want to have the PL versus the Enigma.
CEG with this early smoke movement, RTZ Sumail, Fly, Crit.
30 seconds.
Fly has actually taken Magic Missile and seeing Wave of Terror pretty much every time. They are
He's ready
really
to kill.
hunting for a kill.
He is ready to kill, absolutely. We'll see if they find anything. Moment, Thompson already back on the middle lane, and up top you have Anna hiding right there in the tree line. So they seem to be sort of prepared for some sort of movement like this, and look to be unlikely that they get caught out by EG's movement here.
I mean, OG's level 1 is extremely weak, right? I'm sure he goes for the Quaswex because it's Thompson, and that makes sure if you want to go for fights, level 1 better, but you've got an Enigma, you got an Invoker on your team, you've got very little extra stuns and control in order to go for those catches or fights at level 1, just like a Shaker. You see the bottom bounty rune? Ignored. Start here.
Oh yeah, we don't see that one much, so we'll expect that EG pick that one up later, unless we see the Shaker sort of roam over and catch wind of the fact that no one's taken it. If Jerax is able to spot that one out.
Two bounties go for each, potentially get that third one. So they are going for that full pressure to try to slow down the Drow. We'll see if No-Tail can push them away.
See how this mid lane goes. Sumail versus Thompson. Of course, he's going to have that aura already. Really going at it between the two of them, trading hits. Really certainly the lane to watch us, as we'll also have to keep eyes. This bottom lane Seb on his Enigma, backed up by Jerax's Shaker.
You'd have to imagine S4 is going to play really defensively down bottom until he starts getting some support movement from teammates. Has to watch out for the fissure blocks though, as bottom he does get blocked, and the Eidolons actually trap him.
Oh, he's in trouble here. He's going to have death pots up in a second, but it's not soon enough. OG setting up for first blood down there at the same time up top. No tail will fall. Well, not quite quick enough for EG to get the first blood, as OG were just that little bit quicker.
S4 really wanted to step up to try to contest these last hits, because Seb is just power denying the lane. You see 5 denies already on that Enigma. JerAx does get that punishment.
So obviously this decision from EG to leave S4 on his own and run this aggressive tri lane top, are they likely to get kills off the back of these 3? I mean, I say that they're getting straight in indeed again on top of No-Tail. They will turn towards Fly. There's a lot of right click, of course, coming out with this Drower. Look at the body blocks as well, No-Tail, with the tree. It's a little setup for the kill. Nice micro there from No-Tail, as to be expected. One of the micro legends as they find themselves a kill against this tri lane of EG top.
Now it's without JerAx, really. JerAx just TP'd in. It's not like he actually did anything in there. As the career snipe comes out, No-Tail.
Oh my goodness, No-Tail already certainly showing us he's going to turn that sort of passion to beat EG here into these sort of brilliant plays in the first 2 minutes.
That's how you can help your Invoker in that 1v1 matchup versus the TA. As the panel said, you know, you've got Drower as the Invoker, but you're versus Templar Assassin, so you can't actually use that Drower to your advantage.
I will commit this to memory.
And now that could be the bit. That could be the right there. Very 12-4 for Sumail. Dominant TA.
No-Tail has to be careful if he comes up. As you can see, Crit in position to go on him as well as Fly. No-Tail just keeping himself out of range of the magic missile. Flying Crit won't go for the commitment on him and just sort of creating a nuisance, sort of drawing Flying Crit's attention away from that top lane.
Is S4 going to see the bounty run as well? Oh, he does. Oh, he's going to...
Hey! Finally got it! Woo! 2 minutes and 43 seconds in.
He was priming it. He was just getting it better, you know? Letting it ferment. Top, you have to go.
Straight in again, Crit with the roll, does find the Boulder Smash onto 3, actually. Perfect angle there from Crit, but Artesian Fire blocked off by this Fissure from JerAx, and that's going to mean they can turn around OG and get the kill onto Crit. Beautiful. The Fissure from JerAx causing issues for EG's aggressive tri lane in terms of getting a kill.
Oh, Thompson, quick little heads up play there in the mid. He actually, Sumail was backed up trying to salve, and he stopped it with the cold snap.
And obviously with that courier dead, still just for 30 seconds or so. Sumail has to be careful. He's only got a Fairy Fire and a Wraith Band on him. So Thompson has a very good stronghold of that lane. And he needs it because Sumail, as we can see, was leading the way in CS. 18 for 7 against the 12 for 3.
He's calling for his team to come bring his items.
Never gone to Arteezy. He's able to doppelganger across the Fissure. Thompson played aggressive mid. He goes on to Sumail. Fairy Fires pop. Thompson, can he finish off the kill? He can't. Sumail will just survive as Crit turns towards Thompson and forces him away there as he slaps him with his stick. Sumail's going to be able to salve as well, as I believe Crit did bring that in for him. And the cold up again. Thompson cancelling yet another salve in this mid lane. Thompson Fairy for the side blade throw. Sumail outplays him. Gets him with the side blades. JerAx does go for the Fissure. He's looking to chase down Sumail, but he has to back away with Crit still there, safeguarding Sumail's TA. So already some fantastic sort of little interactions here between this 1v1 of Sumail and Thompson here. Sound cancel, but Sumail takes the kill.
Pretty cool. I think one of those salve cancels that he actually got in the mid lane was because No-Tail put that ward behind the tower when he sniped the courier. So these little things. Thompson does dive.
Now bottom lane as well, Seb, a lot of denies on this Enigma.
S4 still
for 18, but
level 4.
There's about a half a level in it at the moment between the two of them. Seb having a slight advantage mid lane again. Good side blade hits onto Thompson. Crit rolls forward, but Thompson, he's already got the QQ walk out of there. So he'll be fine. No-Tail won't move forward with the TP in. Sumail will go back to CSing, and of course keeping a very, very sizable advantage now against the Invoker. 24-11 on Sumail's top lane. No-Tail is going to get on, but he turns with the Sprout. Anna with a Gust onto 2, but Fly. Crit stand their ground, look towards the 2 of them. They'll Magic Missile up Anna, look for the 2-man Boulder Smash. They find the angle, they do lose Fly, but Crit will be able to bring down No-Tail in return. Rolling forward, they're chasing down Anna. Arteezy can't quite get to him though, as Anna's able to get his way through the trees and back under the cover of the tier 1 tower.
Very smart to go for that, bench stun onto the Drow. That's where the majority of the damage is coming in. 2-man stun afterwards. Crit comes out in close early game.
What have we here?
So yes, again in this mid lane, Sumail continuing to do some good work with the angles that he's finding with the side blades. Level 6 now as well.
They have to get a sentry ward for Thompson in this case. Stop those pesky traps. You can even farm the traps because they give a decent amount of gold. As they emphasize another ward in the mid lane, so they're really prioritizing just making sure that Thompson has an okay time.
He's getting something, but he is, as I say, certainly struggling against Sumail's TA. Oh, bottom lane, Seb leads in straight away with the black hole. Jerax can walk in. S4 does manage to get the Ghost Shroud and the heal off. No-Tail TP's in, looking to help finish off the kill. They'll sprout him up, and they will surround him and take him down. As they do manage to get S4 and continue to keep that bottom lane in favor of Seb. Top lane, EG look for the advantage to go in and collapse in onto Ana. Ana will survive there. The Gus onto Fly, making sure that magic missile wasn't going to be there to cancel the TP.
And as this happens too, No-Tail with that TP bottom sets up for the kill, but they can also set up to pressure this tower. They even pop the Drow Aura to make sure.
Thompson getting very low once again. This lane, I mean, the matchup, Sumail, he's playing it perfectly. It's a matchup where you do expect the TA to have an edge, but Sumail really is just shooting ahead of Thompson's Invoker. 34 for 17 against the 20 to 8. Top lane looking for Jerax. Jerax not going to be touched upon there by the roll forward from Crit. So should be able to walk it off. Just have to be careful how close he comes to flying Arteezy. As he is sort of cornered in, Crit with eyes on him once again. Jerax with a quick enchant totem and a slap will be able to walk it off. Top lane, No-Tail also being chased towards. Jerax is heading over to try and help. No-Tail gets the teleport out before Fly can get in range for the magic missile. But EG themselves also able to start putting some pressure onto that top tier 1 tower. Bottom lane again to Ana with this rotation, catching us for a little bit off guard. He does get the chance to Ghost Shroud, and Def pulls himself back up to full health. And top lane, they see an advantage. EG close in onto No-Tail. Arteezy doppelgangers over the Fissure, finds No-Tail. Magic missile from Fly straight out onto Jerax. Arteezy keeps his distance to avoid the stun, goes straight back across towards the tower. They want to try and finish this tier 1 off. It's very low at the moment, as OG will pop the fortification, but they are unable to hold this tier 1 tower, as EG will slowly but surely finish it off. Arteezy should be able to get the last touch as well. That extra bit of bonus gold going the way of the Phantom Lancer.
A very persistent commitment to keeping that tri-lane around the top side, but they've done a great job on the side of EG of distributing their levels. You see Arteezy's level 5, the 2 supports are also level 4, while Ana was getting slowed down so much that they had to actually push this Drow Ranger bottom to catch up. Almost level 5 at least though on Ana. But in a this is a pretty unsafe position for him to be.
Pushing in very aggressively on this bottom lane. Any sort of TP or wraparound could cause the end of Ana's success down here, as Crit does come in.
S4's about to be level 6. You might want to be able to get that one before they go for this.
Let's see how they time it.
One more creep.
Crit just looking for the angle.
He's pinging the creep too. He's
straight in. Yep. Crit sits, chops him back, but Ana with the gust! Oh! Is he out? He is! Ana! The gust reaction there on point mid lane. Sumail getting got upon, has the melt. Thompson and Big Daddy No-Tail now backing away as the TPs from EG come through. Fly finds the magic missile onto the Nature's Prophet. The trap slows out as well. He tries to TP away. Can he escape? He cannot. The damage is there from Sumail. They get No-Tail.
What an active early game we've got going already. 5-5. Constant rotations on all 3 lanes. Now Fly is going to take some of that mid lane. The supports going to get those level 6s at a decent time still. And it will be actually a mech on Seb on the Enigma. So going for that quick way to just group up and take those team fights. Like the panel mentioned, you look at OG's team fight, it's very scary. When they've got the Invoker, the Enigma, and the Earthshaker, very intimidating what they can provide.
Here we go, they do go for this, but I think it may have been around that mid board. But they may be aware of this, because at the same time, Jerax and Seb are looking to wrap around. I think they know that sort of the movement there from EG leaving Sumail. So they know that Sumail's vulnerable and on his own. They do have the black hole if they can close in on top of Sumail, but Jerax's smoke is going to get dispelled. Sumail is aware of what's going on. We'll see if EG is successful with the movement on top. They do find Ana. Fly leads him with a magic missile. Roll forward from Chris straight away with the control. Has the silence into the boulder smash. Punching him down, Ana with the gust. Trying to get away, but the final right click from Fly comes through. They get the kill. They may lose some of their lives in return though, as No-Tail is surrounded. Arteezy actually managed to move across from that top lane to help out. If they won't just get one, they'll get 2. Both Ana and No-Tail going down. Mid lane Thompson able to get the EMP out, stopping S4 and Sumail chasing for more, but Crit, he's straight in underneath the tower. The boulder smash stopping the Fissure from Jerax for now. He gets the silence as well, but it doesn't matter. The Malefice from Seb comes out, finishes him off. As Sumail now being chased, Jerax throws out the Fissure, Thompson up to the high ground, Sumail's into the trees.
Doesn't quite have Cold Snap up again. They actually went for a mid kill, it looks like, with the Black Hole, and I believe that S4 used the Reaper Sight to cancel it. Situation. They do have burn charges on top, so he can look to get aggressive.
Just for the setup. Cold Snap, EMP in the urn, as you say. The damage, the combo, perfectly done there by Thompson as he finishes off Fly.
And collects another urn charge, so now he's got 2, so he can keep looking for those. But yeah, EMP is always one of those spells that is very devastating in this early game.
Super good against the Necro boss. Yeah. Makes S4's job very hard as he comes to these fights, especially at the moment. with just sort of the phase and the 2-0s. Doesn't have any sort of wand or any sort of burst recharge.
Tower.
Indeed, kicks underneath the tower. Sumail, can he find the connection? It doesn't matter. The damage from S4's Death Pulse is enough, as again, Crit certainly showing off so far on this Earth Spirit. He's been up and down, lane to lane, 3-2 involved in 7 of the 8 kills of EG. Crit has done a fantastic job of making sure that this opening start has gone pretty nicely for EG across the map.
Crit Earth Spirit, right? This is what we've come to expect.
Seb comes forward, does take a magic missile to the face, TP from Jerax coming in. EG start to back up, the Fisher onto 2, Sumail has the trap to slow down N0tail and Seb. Got the wave of tear back in as well as the smash. N0tail incredibly low, one right click will do it, and there it is. And then finish it off, Jerax goes in for the walk-in Echo Slam. Fly's falling low, but the Death Pulse heal is going to be coming over to him, so Fly, he's fine. They have managed to surround Sumail, though Sumail gets left behind on the high ground. Sumail gets taken down, and they're trying to chase down Fly as well, but Fly is pretty speedy. Thompson gets in range though for the Under Shadows. He's chasing it down here with the Ghost Walk. As Fly still trying to retreat, but Thompson should be able to finish this one off. Another charge thrown out as Fly goes down.
They want to play as fast as possible with this Drow Ranger. They're looking for this tower. Just want to get tower advantage.
S4, he stepped up. Yeah, as Thompson's there with the wraparound, the Gust into the right clicks. There's no chance for S4.
Between the Gust as well as, even if he does get the Ghost Shroud in those situations, Thompson's there to purge it off with the Tornado. 9, 10, 12 minutes in.
It's all kicking off between these two. Thompson, but quick sort of setup onto Sumail, doesn't want to go for anything more, is on his own at the moment.
Those are painful though. You just eat a 400 mana burn. Starting to now good. Got that 1 point in the Egg Swords. Can 4-6 focus the Ice Wall and the Deafening Blast would be very nice in this game too. Templar Assassin.
Time to smoke once again here for Crit and Fly. As they look to rotate over into the jungle, they've got that ward down. They see Ana farming alone.
They feel very strong. They've got level 6 on both their supports. N0tail still not quite level 6 on this Nature's Prophet. The scan comes out though and does catch EG as they're looking for the...
And Ana's already moving away, getting himself away from this top half. Jerax, the one left behind, but he's into the trees, TP's out. And EG will find no kills off the back of those smokes. They can look to put some pressure onto that top tower. RTZ's been getting a lot of space on this top lane, still sitting at the top net worth on his Phantom Lancer. It's going to be a quick Diffusal Blade timing at this rate.
Yeah, and it's very good hero, very good game for the PL versus this Drow Ranger. If he can close the gap over and over again and make it very tough for Ana. Ana's also gone for 4 points in Frost Arrows instead of maxing the precision aura, so he wants to be moving around.
He's going to get a gun on there, try to go with Fisher onto Sumail, does at the back of the Thompson, tries to go for the combo, doesn't actually catch onto Sumail or Fly, so they're fine. Crit's able to roll up to the high ground. Malefice was upon him, but Seb can't chase. Seb has to back off as EG start to show the 4 of them in that mid lane.
Arteezy's getting so much space out of
He really is. This top lane has been Arteezy's home ground and he's absolutely loving it. Almost taking that tier 2 tower as well on his own. OG really have just let him be on that top lane. They've done nothing to pressure him.
This is a good timing for OG. Thompson has the Spirit Vessel finished. As the panel mentioned, incredibly good versus the Necrophobos, of course. Bottom. Tier 2. Thompson wraps around.
He is going to miss that Tornado. Might not matter for the kill though. As Crit, surrounded, stuck in the Sprout, does fall. As OG get that bottom tier 2 tower and the kill. But as we say, top lane, RTZ, he pretty much got the tier 2 in return on his own. He's now looking towards Jerax. Jerax comes in, looking to clear the way, but there's Fly with the setup. Swap back into the Magic Missile. Jerax taken out for 45 seconds with the Reaper's Scythe being slammed down upon him by S4.
They're threatening high ground down here already with this Alacrity Drow.
Flies back in, but he gets Gusted. Silent straight away. The damage, the cold snap, the right clicks, he's got. That's one member of EG gone for the defense. RTZ's going to TP in as well, though, to look to hold.
Got like half damage on the tier 3 this early on. As soon as they force reactions, they do back up, though. They don't want to take the risk of people porting behind them on that shrine.
Got the Veil now finished on S4. As we've seen, though, these sort of plays coming out from Thompson and the combo, Thompson. At the moment, 10 to 12, as you say, 1k lead for OG. But it certainly feels very close, and one could sort of ask, would OG have intended to be further ahead when they run this sort of Drow lineup? And as the EG, despite sort of the Drow aura, that favouring for OG in the lanes, they've done very well in this first 15 minutes of gameplay.
Yep, PL's gotten in so much farm, and it was the TA matchup versus the Invoker. Sure, Thompson is ahead because of all those rotations, but it just applies that pressure in the laning phase. As we did see Seb also change the build up. Originally had that mech queued up, and now we'll be just going for the pipe on top of vitality boost there.
Nice. Jarrett's trying to pick up some farm. Does have Thompson there. Goes for the tornado. Onto 2. EMP's down as well. Jarrett's trying to move in position to drop the combo. Gets the Echo Slam. Doesn't get the fissure off. S4 still alive for now. He'll pop the Ghost Shroud. Fly left behind. 7 Thompson looking for S4. They find the vision for the Cold Snap. Spirit Vessel down onto S4 again as Thompson grabs the double kill. But OG as well do lose 2 as Sumail in the river did find No Tail to the side of it. As Ana starting to play around with Roshan there. Don't know if they're going to quite be able to get away with that. Sumail and Crit are still in position to contest this. They've got that trap down. They know exactly where OG is.
OG's got the Black Hole available though, and they know that Crit actually committed the Magnetize down bottom, which is their big team fight spell at this moment in time.
They're actually going to look towards Sumail in the mid lane. Fisher into the tornado. The silence does come out to stop sort of the rest of the combo from Thompson coming out straight away, but Sumail's been sprouted. No Tail in with the TP, but Sumail had the refraction, still able to get the blink out. Separates himself from the squad. Very nicely done there from Crit with that quick silence, making sure, so it was just the tornado coming out from Thompson. There wasn't so that EMP follow-up that could have caused issues in terms of keeping those refraction charges up and allowing Sumail to blink away.
Crit's running out of stones, how fast this gameplay is having to go. Down to 1. A lot of occasions that I've seen here. The deep wards, as we saw earlier, were placed by OG and they were able to get some kills out of that. They're going to place some up toward the top side because now their main focus is going to start to be that Roshan. So having wards around that shrine area of EG most important. Arteezy does have the Fusel, has queued up the Manta of course afterwards, that standard build for the PL.
In the mid lane maybe looking for a swap setup onto Jarrett's. Jarrett's back away, keeping himself in range of Fly's swap. As it really just has been Arteezy, 1-0-3. Not been involved in too many of the fights, but certainly has sort of been favouring him in that sense. Lots of farm on this PL.
EG's got vision of this. Considering going up. They've got 3 stones down, Crit. He's committing forward.
He's going straight forward. In fact, the 2 of them, the silence was done onto both of them. The Magnetize down as well as immediately they lose No Tail. Arteezy there with the wraparound. Thompson turns. Look for the tornado to hold them back, and with the Ghost Walk, Thompson will get out. So will Ana for now. Fly with the swap back onto Jarrett's S4. Moving into position. Doesn't have the Reaper's timing. In fact, flies too deep. Thompson turns back in. Takes down the Venge.
6 setup there by Crit. Just having vision up on that high ground. Gets the perfect combo. And I also believe the Enigma got the Black Hole like instantly cancelled, it looked like. Yeah. Seb trying to get a position for it, but unable. He does claim a small, very minimal.
They're so close though in these first 18 minutes. Thompson more than halfway towards his Aghanim Scepter. A game where the fights have been as frequent as this one. That sort of strong Axe timing is going to make all the difference in terms of just an ability to interrupt sort of the team fight that EG's been trying for. It's Thompson once again on the hunt. Did go into the Ghost Walk underneath that Observer Sentry combination, so EG will know about this. Arteezy, as you can see, already backing up from that top lane.
Really want to play around this Rosh. It's so important for the OG lineup as well as the EG lineup.
Thompson straight back towards the mid. Fly. It's been caught out by the Sprout. Fly. Be taken down. Thompson.
They're going to go straight to the pit with that. Like, both these teams, one team has a Drow Ranger, the other team has a Templar Assassin. This is the area that is most important in the game.
Arteezy's going to start to poke at them from the side with the Spirit Lance. Is OG still looking to be a little hesitant on heading into that pit?
They don't have their Black Hole though. Jerax is also very low on mana.
Another Magnetize is back up on Crit. He's got that team fight ability. Play it safe, Ana. Back to farming.
Arteezy's going for the next item, Shadowblade. Has actually deviated from the Manta. Let's see if he changes it again, but I think he wants to be able to weave into the back lines of the fight to look for this Earthshaker and this Drow.
The seeds of fruit.
Their control is coming, it's Invoker, Enigma, and Earthshaker is the big control. And look for those other targets. They can't actually control this PL if the rest of his team is distracting.
Thompson just 800 away from his axe.
Yes.
Invoker still doing very well from second highest in the net worth and ahead of Sumail. Sumail, of course, in that TA, who was able to have that advantage in the mid lane matchup. But as we've seen from the fights, Thompson, as the Invoker, has just been able to offer that a little bit more.
No Tail's prepared to go for a dive already in the base here.
Fly just go for the swap, getting Seb up onto the high ground, but Fly, he's actually just going to get right-clicked down here by the Eidolon army. Seb claims the kill. Anna looks for the gust onto Crit, but Crit did get the roll off. He didn't manage to put the stone down though because of the silence. Goes to the kickback. Anna with the double damage wants to fight. In with the echo, has the control. Onto Arteezy as Arteezy gets taken out of that fight as soon as he turned up.
He just got the blink dagger as well, so it was completely unexpected. EG had no idea that was coming.
And now they're pushing up to the high ground. OG 21 minutes in, taking the tier 3 tower. Only 2 alive at the moment on EG. S4 silence, they're moving. Jax jumps forward, has the control. S4's gone. Dead for 40 seconds. OG threatening the melee racks here on this bottom lane. And EG, they're not going to be able to do anything about this here. 21 minutes in, OG taking the full pretty much set of racks down bottom. We'll see if the Zylons can finish up the range racks, and they certainly can. OG getting away with the speed and pressure that they need to with this Drow Ranger strat.
And how they prioritize setting up too. Noto was in the base for a good 30 seconds preparing for them to look for something like that. As he goes for it, does find Noto. Crit.
Yeah, Crit through the trees, able to find him, and Noto will try once more for the TP, but the damage from the Magnetize too much. Crit gets himself the charge on that Spirit Vessel. It's Jax. He's looking to come in with the backup. Thompson and Anna also on the hunt. Out they go. Thompson with the setup through the trees, throws out the tornado as they'll get the trade. They'll take Crit down. Arteezy continuing to just try and make the most of any sort of space he sees on the map. Straight down mid, gets a tier 1 tower. Pretty much has the money for that Shadow Blade. Top of his diffuser, but we are really still yet to see Arteezy turn up to a fight and offer something. As that last time down bottom, as we mentioned, caught off guard by Jarax's blink dagger timing on the Earthshaker.
It's just very tough for them to take any heads-on fights versus OG just because how strong they are. And it's just a numbers advantage instantly. That wants to, but yeah, Noto was already prepared. They knew everything that was kind of coming for them, and they're already on their way over. We see Jarax had just picked up the blink dagger on the right on the side shop, and yeah.
And look at this on the side of the top. Arteezy turns up, he's like, what's up, boys? And then bam! Jarax is in Echo Slam, and he's out of it. He's got to sit the sidelines for 48 seconds. Was not prepared for that blink dagger on Jarax at all.
Courier snipe, Noto wants it, but he blip comes out. He actually started attacking the tower, but
mid lane Samael. On top of Anna, Anna turns again. The Gust TP is going to work out once again. It's not this time. Arteezy's in with the damage.
These Gust plays though from Anna, just a split second, even the quick ones that have happened has saved his life on multiple occasions. I think 3 or 4 times.
40 seconds, no Drow. EG, they see the chance. They're into the Roche pit. They can do it pretty fast themselves, as you said. With Samael, the TA, they've got the bench. Can he look for the big plays here?
He's smoked up.
Oh, he is, and he's got the slam available. He's got his eyes on the pit. Can he time it perfectly? The tornado coming in for the side. Does manage to catch him pretty low. They're moving into the pit. There's the black hole. Coming out onto the 2 of them. They've lost the bench. The Roshan still being focused by Arteezy. Jarax. Arteezy still alive with the Shadow Blade. Seb finally gets taken out by Samael. Samael held in place by the ice wall. Jarax into the pit. There'll be the buyback from Fly. Samael goes down. Thompson able to fight him with a cold snap. Jarax will tick down to the back of the side. Roshan still alive for now. The silence from Crit out onto Thompson. Arteezy doppelganger still alive. Gets on top of the Invoker. Thompson falls back towards the pit. Notail's trying to fight him, but the slam goes out for Roshan. They get the kill, but Crit gets the Aegis. Triple kill for Crit, and he's not done yet. Rolls forward, looks for Jarax. Jarax taken out as well. And OG, they're still fighting back. They'll find Crit. Spirit Vessel, cold snap. He's down once. They'll look to set it for a second time. The ice wall's down, and he gets the quick gust. Thompson goes back in, and once again, cold snaps out. He can't roll himself away. Crit will fall. As the buybacks from OG there enable them to sort of settle the deal after the Roshan gets taken down. They did get the kill on Roche, but as we saw, Crit was able to get the Aegis, does lose it straight away. Overall, because of the buyback expenditure, was favoring EG in terms of net worth change. But still, not necessarily what EG hoped for there. They nearly got everything. They were nearly able to sort of take it back, but the cleanup of the end from OG.
Look at Crit's positioning in this fight. He was hiding in the tree, waiting for them to go for it. Instantly stops that black hole. Arteezy also, with the Shadow Blade pickup, we see him just kind of playing around inside the pit. He survived for so long as his Phantom Lance.
Oh, he's straight back in. Finds Noto. Arteezy's on top of him.
That was insane.
Thompson. The wraparound onto S4 again. Ghost Shroud is there. Thompson quick with the tornado. EMP combo. Someone needs to come across and help S4. As S4 just getting solo killed here by Thompson. Styling on him here with the Invoker plays. As now, looking to Fly. Fly just have the backup of Crit. So Thompson goes towards for now. Jarax jumps forward. The fish head, the cold snap, the Spirit Vessel. He just does so much. Thompson finds the double kill. 11, 3, and 9 on his Invoker.
Always has that cold snap available, that talent. Such a good combo with that Spirit Vessel, in particular, like we said, in the beginning, versus that Necrophos. S4 just doesn't have the itemization to remove it. Didn't go for Lotus Orb, didn't go for
Look at this start, crit straight in. They got the slow, they got the stun straight up on top of Anna. He's going to get forced to the sidestep. Can he keep this man alive, though? He doesn't have the black hole back up yet, but Anna with a big gun setting him back. Tornado! Thompson! He's in with the back of the meteor! Definitely Blood's coming down! Thompson with the saves! Gets both of them! Thompson Invoker doing it big time on the main stage at the Fisher for Jarek. It sets up for another. The cold snap Spirit Vessel, no tell. He comes in to join the party.
This man on his Invoker, in every situation, finding these clutch plays. Anna also with the talent, going for that 550 Gust knockback. It pushed him so far away.
Jarek, he's just straight in again. There's the combo Spirit Vessel, Cold Snap, Crit just getting ticked down. S4 will start to try and heal him up with the Death Pulse. As the buybacks from Arteezy and Sumail do push OG away, but OG now getting a sizable advantage here in Game 1 against EG. 9k advantage. A set of racks up as well. All 3 cores ahead of that of Evil Geniuses.
The mobility that's coming out, and the preparation, it seems, from OG as well. As we saw no-tail in some of these situations, teleporting before the fights even start, just to set up for his team, and then Thompson always being there. Look at these quads wax, he's so fast.
Sumail's got to be careful. He's heading out the top, then we'll see down bottom. Arteezy finds no-tail.
Sumail desperately needs this BKB.
He comes out too far. Thompson or Jarex will be there with the setup on that top lane.
21 Invoke, 16 Templar Assassin.
Sumail cannot move from this spot. Just come down. So it could be fine for now. Thompson and Jarek, they're still waiting for him to sort of cross that line. It looks like Sumail knows.
Nope.
Play it cool.
They know. They just saw the courier fly over and just stop, so they're aware that something's going on.
GG. Starting really to have their backs against the wall. Each of these fights, they have to get on top of Thompson. Can't let him get away with, you say, this sort of constant cold snaps to Sumail. Are we coming out a little too far now, Jarex? There we have it. Finds the Fisher, the Gust into the combo. There's the slam to hold him down.
60 seconds.
The patience from Sumail, not quite patient enough as he comes out alone. They were ready and waiting, OG, to make that play. And they get away with it. No buyback on Sumail.
How can EG slow this down? They don't have heroes with any D-push versus this lineup.
It's a second set of racks. Tier 3 is being threatened now. What can Arteezy do as he turns up to this fight? It's been hard each and every time they get a swap back onto Anna this side. Bam! Anna's gone for 80. Perfect way to start the fight, but then there's the black hole. The Sunstrike as well. Fly gets taken down. Jarek's jumping in with the control onto S4. As the Boulder Smash for Crit comes out, magnetized as well, causing issues for No-Tail. No-Tail's taken out. The buyback straight away on S4's Crit, looking to chase for more. Gets on top of Seb. Seb goes with the TP out. The Fisher from Jarek's will allow Seb the space to escape.
Caught Crit with that stun. Crit wasn't able to get that Boulder Smash. That's a very heads-up play, though, by EG, getting that swap into Reaper side instantly before Anna gets the BKB off. There's no hesitation.
It puts an end to the push. They do lose that tier 3 tower, but they keep that top set of racks alive. Does cost them the S4 buyback, so still EG not yet to find that play to really switch around the momentum of this game. As OG are still in the driver's seat, we'll see it once again here.
Crit was prepared.
Instant play.
Yeah, instant. But Seb gets a nice follow-up here with the Fissure, gets the 2-man Black Hole. But as soon as S4 does die, goes for that buyback, and you see OG does retreat. They don't want to overextend too much when they have this advantage right now. It still feels like such a tall mountain for EG to climb when they've got a Templar Assassin, and this is the pre-30 minutes, and this TA doesn't have a BKB. We're hitting that 30-minute mark, and Sumail doesn't still quite have it. He really needs it in order to be able to do anything versus Boker and Assertion.
What less?
It's
full AC on Thompson.
Ready to really assist this sort of end game push that they're looking for.
Yeah, this they're looking to end it for sure here with this item buy.
They know that they've got a very sizable lead with their lineup. One more team fight that goes wrong for EG could certainly cost them the game, especially with some of these buybacks unavailable at the moment. EG having to be careful. They've got to somehow enable Arteezy in these fights.
Just so hard. The amount of control that they actually do have on OG, so much team fight.
I mean, is it not sort of the point where you feel like RTZ may even have to go for a BKB, or do you feel heart is still the right way to go?
I think if he goes BKB, it's just, he needs to have a heart. He needs to just be able to play around in the fights. If he just has to play around a 10-second BKB, then they're going to be in so much trouble. TA needs one. RTZ, I don't think he can afford to go for that item.
Just starting to take full sort of war control of the map. Full Greaves complete on Seb. No Tail's got a gem out.
The full group up build around the Enigma. The Guardian Greaves, the Crimson Guard, the Pipe. Negating a lot of EG's damage.
Just so much for these pushes.
Yeah.
30 minutes in, they're really at this sweet point, OG, where their lineup sort of hits a bit of a peak. And they know that they're already ready to amp up the pressure once again as they hover around the mid lane. EG cannot afford to go one by one outside of the base.
Yep, they see the top lane.
Sumail, he's going to even get jumped in this position straight away. Jax with the combo. Sumail's gone without buyback. No-Tail goes for the Sprout. Crit for the pull to allow Fly to get out of the Sprout. OG piping and crimsoning up. S4 looking towards No-Tail. Jarek's priming himself on the side, ready to blink back in. In fact, they just got the damage onto S4. S4 gets one back. Jarex jumps in, looks for the Fisher, gets silenced. RT for the black hole! The Reaper side cancels the black hole, but the combo from Thompson straight on top of RTZ takes him out. RTZ's dead for 80 seconds. S4, Crit and Fly getting pushed back to the base. And OG, they're going to go for another set of racks. Both cores down, no buyback on Sumail, no buyback on RTZ.
You can see how confident they are. They know they can clean this out. This is the last fight for EG. They jump forward.
Rolls in, but immediately the Gust. Jarek's in again with the control. The Fisher out between the two of them. They find the Spirit. They're going to find S4. They're going to find Fly as well. EG is called. And game one in a series where I think a lot of people would have expected to see something quite fantastic from EG. OG absolutely crushed it. 32 minutes in, 18k a net worth. The Drow lineup, the Drow draft worked perfectly. The pressure, the speed that they could play at, it just never got to a point where Sumail or RTZ could really offer much in the fights. They were always playing from behind because of how well OG kept the pressure on.
Yep, pretty much. Thompson just kept running